Hi, this is Brown. In a few more minutes, I will be talking with Brother Jay. I will be talking with Brother Jay Ballo. Uh, Call him Brother Jay. Name is Leroy Ballo. We will be talking about issues that impact in the black community. So I thought I might let y'all know that we will be on the air live.
Good evening, people. Good morning, people. Welcome to another edition of Real Talk TV here live on AOC Community Media. That's Cox 15 in Lafayette, Louisiana, and LUS Channel 3. Also in the Five Parish area of South Louisiana. Good morning, great morning. Please consider supporting AOC Community Media. Please consider supporting AOC Community Media. So much stuff is going on. We want to also say thank the staff of AOC Community Media, Brother Shahid, William, Skip, and everybody else in between who make this network really go. Right now the media is under fire, especially local programming is under fire. So please support community-based media. I want to say we going to the new 2-hour format here on the Real Talk TV. Today we have a great guest today, and we're going to bring him on. I think he has a lot to say. We got none other than the great Reverend Raymond Brown out of New
Thank
Orleans.
you.
He got so much to say.
Thank you.
Reverend Brown, I want to welcome you back to the show.
Thank you, my brother.
I know you're putting your head in the screen, but that's okay.
That's okay. I'm just fixing my, yeah.
So what's going on, Reverend Brown? I mean, we got Social Security under fire, man. We got everything is happening to us as a people.
Yes. Well, again, everything is just happening now, and education, Social Security, Medicaid insurance, Medicare, housing, food, you name it. All is under a cloud right now with this administration. First, I want to thank you, Jay, for your great leadership. I honor you this Black History Month for being one of the most organized media programs in America. Not only in just Louisiana, but in America. And we honor you for that. So I appreciate you.
Yeah, we also want to thank the wonders of technology for bringing you on. And hopefully we could get this new phone system to call, for us to work, what we put in for the show. Also, you could reach us at area code 337-272-8849. 337-272-8849, and we'll put you in the queue and get you on the air. Again, Reverend Brown, we have so much going on we have to talk about, and a lot of people are saying they're worrying about what's going on with this present administration. And again, we could emphasize the political issues with the Democrats and the Republicans, but this is a new crop and a new group of people who are destined to destroy where we at. And some people say in the black community around, yeah, let them burn it all down, let them tear it all up, but at what expense? The expense of your grandmother, the expense of your mother, the expense of your children. That's the way they want to tear it all down.
Well, they are so people who are conscious. I'm not worried about the unconscious who don't understand struggle. I'm not worried about them. Okay? I'm concerned about those who claim to be in the struggle, that are pushing this narrative that if things get bad and racist, that black people will profit and bring us together. Okay? I denounce that ideology. While they making money, taking care of their families, their kids going to private schools, and they making lecture here and there, while we, the poor people at the bottom, we got to suffer all this atrocities because of ignorant Negroes and crazy racist white folks who can't find their way. Now I want to say this here. I call names sometime. I see that the black nationalists who was backing Trump indirectly, meaning they ain't say, oh, I'm supporting Trump. They just trash Kamala Harris. I see that they are now jumping on the bandwagon with us. Now, I want to, all due respect to brother Willie Muhammad, he never supported Donald Trump, the brother down here of the Nation of Islam. He always respected her and stayed out of it. So I want to respect him and Brother Ben X and other people who stood up against Trump and stayed out of it. But there are some, and some of them are good friends of mine, who are still fighting the Democratic Party, and the Democratic Party not in power. We are not shutting down the Department of Education. We are not laying off 75,000 workers, but taking a flight to New Orleans, spending $18 million to come in for 45 minutes. We are not doing that. So what I am saying is that to those brothers who feel that, you know what, I'm going to get the Negro out of the Democratic Party, you should be speaking out against both parties, advocating we need our own party. I can support that, Brother Jay. I can support independence. But what I cannot support, you trying to sneak around and get in the pockets of the right-wing, no good conservative who are hooked up. I see the connection. They hooked up with this Kennedy guy who is over the health and human services, HHS, they call it. They are hooked up, see the pictures, and they're meeting white folks now, and they're shaking hands with white conservatives, and they're meeting with Jesse Lee Peterson and Uncle Tom, who say it out of his mouth. We cannot live without white folks. And that's a lie. We can live without white people. That's like saying all these black nations on the continent of Africa, okay? All these black nations on the continent of Africa, y'all can't live with white folks. Don't give y'all food. They don't build infrastructure. Y'all, that's like putting us down, okay? Saying that we are the original people. That's what they say. That we are the ones who built the pyramids. That's what they say. If that's the truth, Brother Jay, then if we got all this kind of science in us, and astrology, and medicine, And we got all of this masonry to build. And we got all this knowledge, and we the first creation of God. And we got all this. But you're going to go and hook up with somebody who says blacks cannot live without whites. Well, I agree that if we don't start opening our own jobs and hotels and stuff, that we are dependent on white America to give us jobs, to give us education. Okay? Yes, we are. But I'm going to drop something right now. I pay taxes out of my checks. And that money goes to education. Okay? This man, Trump, Brother Jay, he stripped all the black history programs out of the federal budget. Couldn't do it to the state, but the state on their way. This Landry guy, he on his way to do the same thing Trump is doing. It's an agenda that they are pushing against us. Okay? I don't own no schools. I don't own no hotels. I don't own no convenience stores. I don't own any supermarkets. I don't own Earl Rigs. Okay? I don't own computer labs to build computers. We are far behind as a people. But yet, you join a white supremacist who trying to take away the little that we have. Now, I defute Omar Johnson. When he said that Dr. Omar Johnson, I love him, I defute him when he said that blacks, and I got it on video, that most blacks, just going to be a majority black vote for the Republican. That's not true. Blacks did not vote for the Republican in mass numbers. They got a few crossover votes because they see Rise Islam and Omar Johnson have no problem with it. If the black group, black organizations would have stuck together and pulled with Dr. Cornel West, if they just wanted a black voice, they could have pulled with Cornel West and went to Trump and said, Trump, you want the black vote. You're going to have to meet these demands. You got 13% of the black vote, and they ain't giving us nothing, Brother Jay.
Yeah, Reverend Brown, I okay. Yes, I definitely know dig where you're coming from. Hey, I want to bring this up. Okay, the important thing that other people ask me about also is what they want to do with Social Security. You don't mind if I run this one clip?
Yeah, go ahead.
First 5 minutes of it, and let's see if we could discuss it. Okay?
Yes, I mind. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Well, the breaking news tonight is
Well, seems like
of some of the things I've been talking about for years, that many people for decades, for generations, have been talking about for years. And that specifically, in this particular clip I'm getting ready to play for you from Linda McMahon's confirmation hearing as education secretary, that the Republican Party is a white supremacist organization. And Donald Trump is an avowed racist who wants to eradicate the history and the contributions of black Americans in this country. A sinister plot that has been underway from this Republican Party for decades again. This video obviously isn't for black folks in America. They go through the world, they navigate this country dealing with police, dealing with white people who weaponize the color of their skin against them, fearing that they're criminals. Even in schools, little black girls are treated by teachers and punished by administrations in schools for far harsher than for what little white girls get, punishment-wise, because they're perceived as more mature, more tough, more... All of this is nonsense. There are doctors who think that black people's skin is thicker than white people. We live in a racist country, filled to the brim with racist fuckers. People who voted for Donald Trump, who said, oh, the eggs were too expensive. Oh my God, the eggs, everybody. And yet, egg prices are up like over 20% more than they were the day Donald Trump took office, and he was going to solve that problem within 24 hours, and it didn't happen. And where are they? Crickets. Because they don't care about that. It's not economic anxiety, it's racial anxiety. They feel as though other minority groups, not just black people, are getting a fair shake or more of a fair shake than they used to, and they feel that's going to take something away from them. And this is no more relevant or prevalent than what took place yesterday when Chris Murphy, senator from Connecticut, was questioning Linda McMahon. And I want you to listen to this clip. It's very brief, about a minute long. And he just flat out asks her, what about educational programming centered around specific ethnic and racial experiences? My son is in public school. You'll hear the thing. Anyway, the question is, if you're running an African-American history, a black history program, a class in a school, could you perhaps be in violation of Donald Trump's executive order? Are they going to stop that class? Are they going to pull funding from that school? And she says, I don't know. I'm going to look into that. We're going to find out whether we're going to cancel certain classes because they don't meet the Donald Trump standard for education in this country. You're not sure whether you could be punished if you teach black history, which is American history, in a class? You're a former cabinet secretary. You want to be a cabinet secretary again, and you don't know whether that's a disqualifier for a school? And you want to be the education secretary. Anyway, here's the clip. We'll talk about some of the other aspects of this on the other side.
What about educational programming centered around specific ethnic and racial experiences? My son is in a public school. He takes a class called African American History. If you're running an African American history class, could you perhaps be in violation of this court order, of this executive order?
I'm not quite certain, and I'd like to look into it further and get back to you on that.
So there's a possibility, you're saying, that public schools that run African American history classes, right? This is a class that has been taught in public schools for decades, could lose federal funding if they continue to teach African American history.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I would like to take a look at these programs and fully understand the breadth of the executive order and get back to you on that.
I think you're going to have a lot of educators and a lot of principals and administrators scrambling right now.
So she sits there like a stoic melting candle, not being sure about the possibility. When the answer is yes, there is a possibility. Because if there wasn't a possibility, the answer would have been no. No, perhaps that's not going to happen.
Yeah, we're back with Reverend Brown. You seen that? I mean, some people would say, well, you know what? They might not want to listen to a black man, but maybe in this so-called Acadiana area with spelled with 3 Ks, that maybe they might listen to a white man telling the story, Reverend Brown. So they want to erase that. That's plain and simple. The plain and simple argument, Reverend Brown, I got. We got a bunch of neo-Nazis running the show now. We got a bunch of Joseph Goebbels, if you remember, was the Nazi propaganda minister in Nazi Germany. A lot of politicians want to stick their heads in the sand and not deal with that part. You know, let me bring this up and stuff like that. I'm apologizing for my video freezing earlier, but we got Nazi propagandists in this administration, and maybe we had it in other administration, but the whole point is they out front. They're telling the truth. This is where we're going. And what the Nazis did when Hitler came out of prison, similar to Donald Trump with all his convictions, they installed people this time around that will fire the other people and control the system as we speak. And so that's what they're doing. They're taking a page out of Nazis. Stephen Miller is a Nazi. Joseph Goebbels was a Nazi, minister of prophecy. There's no difference between those two. And this is what the electorate in South Louisiana voted for. This is what the electorate in Louisiana voted for. This is what Jeff Landry supports. These people are the enemy of black folks. And one of the things that he announced yesterday was he going to go after BLM members and anybody associated with BLM, Black Lives Matter, along with some other group. Now, the whole point is he's announcing a war on black folks. I mean, it's plain and simple. It's plain and simple. While his farmers in Louisiana, who gave to his election campaign, his Republican farmers are losing millions of dollars, some of the rice farmers in Louisiana, because they can't ship or get paid to ship that rice in the field to United States Aid Department, which they shut down under Elon Musk. So they got many members of the Nazi Party are now installed in the cabinet of Donald Jackass Trump.
Okay, exactly. The plot is to create a situation where things can get so bad, they're going to make things go down. This is their philosophy. And the right-wing Republicans, MAGA, they bought into the game that let things get real bad in America. That black folks who are dependent on us already begin to fight each other and destroy themselves. And then a group of blacks in the millions gonna pull toward the Republican Party because we're gonna be in control of the money and the economy. And we're going to tell them you ain't going to be able to buy or sell. You ain't going to be able to prosper unless you pull with the right-wing third right. This would be the fourth right under Trump. So there you go. You got a good picture up there. We're going back past Jim Crow. Because they're killing us. They ain't even going to jail when the police. So they're going to get worse than that. Thank you, Omar Johnson. Thank you, Rizza Islam, for supporting Donald Trump.
Well,
I want this to go way out. Y'all, whoever listen, share this on national platform. They got this guy in Louisiana, activist Brown. He's putting it out that y'all indirectly and secretly supported Donald Trump. Go get y'all a check. Because guess what? We are in this battle, Brother Jay, and we're not going to compromise our freedom for those crackers. Oh, God forgive me for saying that on the air. I apologize to AOC for saying that, because you got to apologize right quick. Right, Jay? Apologize using racial slur. But what I'm saying is that these racist devils who we are against, thank y'all for backing them. Because guess what? They're going to make it hard for your people. And your philosophy is that we going to pull together. Don't fool yourself. They're going to pull with the Republicans. And the Republicans are Nazis. They are racist. And they will just try to destroy us. So you made a mistake that you need to go out there and clean up. Please let this program, if you're listening, I want it to go viral. Take your videotape and videotape this program, put it on your Facebook page all across this state. And there's a lot of people listening to us that can use their Facebook page, video it, copy and paste it on your Facebook page. Let them know that we are fighting against racism and injustice by Donald Trump. and by these no good, sellout, so-called black nationalist people out there who helped Trump with a little bitty black vote. You didn't win. So stop trying. If you're gonna speak out against both parties, I support you. But you're speaking out against one party. Because you know why? Because some of you doing it because that party could kill Gaddafi. Yes, I know. But guess what? The Republican would have killed him too. So don't think that Trump wouldn't have did the same thing Obama did, Biden did, and assassinate and get Gaddafi murdered. So some of y'all still, they're well in on Democrat Party, they attack Gaddafi, our friend. I understand your grievance about the man that donated $5 million to your organization. At the same time,
And
you got to go against
Reverend Brown.
others.
Reverend Brown, and even though I try to focus on the stuff that's happening, whether when the Democrats was in power, we focus on the wrongdoings, such as John Bell Edwards and the Ronald Green case, and hope to have Ms. Danielle Harden on next week on the Open Line radio show concerning the case of Ronald Green. And I always did focus on the issue that's happening to us, but we still got people in the peanut gallery, the ones who scared to call in to the show and debate you, because they think they're so intelligent till intelligence supersedes their logical thinking. I guess because Elon Musk is an intelligent human being. And they'd rather sit there and snipe at the peanut gallery. The peanut gallery like to throw peanuts. They don't want to debate nothing. They don't want to be a part of nothing. But you know what? When your boss lady or your boss at the job is wearing chucks and pearls concerning Kamala Harris, but you out there sniping at the people talking about the racists, well, you might be a hypocrite. So I don't think you will get nobody going to listen to you anyway. I'd rather go listen to heavy metal music than to understand the logic that you putting down. So I'm just saying, call in, don't be afraid. 337-272-8849. Let's hear from you. Let's hear what you got to say. Here's the big headline, Reverend Brown. Reverend Brown, here's the big headline. Social Security warning issued over benefits interruption. The former Social Security Administration commissioner has said that benefits could be interrupted due to Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency audit. Why it matters? Musk say it has been tasked with finding ways to streamline government processes and cut spending, but the unofficial government agency approach to the task and its access to government payment system and personal information have been met with backlash from some lawmakers, government officials, and advocacy groups. So, like I said, when they cut the Medicaid benefits, when they attempt to do it, I'm not saying they're going to do it, but shouldn't you have an advocate telling you what people are going to do? But if you rather sit there and say, shut this type of programming down because you want to talk about the other people that's not in power, not pushing the buttons, then where's your logic unless you're an agent? We got a lot of people who, I've been doing this for years. Nobody ever accused me of being an agent, but we got a lot of people amongst us who are agents who are working for the other side to bring black people down. They do it, you know how they do it? They do it on the guise that I'm so much a black nationalist that whatever you say is wrong and whatever you're doing is pushing fear among our people. But again, we have some people who just sleep their mindset away, and when it happens, we say, oh, woe is us. I can't wait for that shoe to drop. It's going to be dropping soon.
Look, Brother Jay.
They know who they are. Call in. Don't be a coward. Call in, buddy. I'm ready for you. Call in.
Look, Brother Jay. And what they do, they'll talk about the Democratic Party, but they're like siding with the Republican Party because they scared to say one thing bad about
Yeah,
the
because
Republicans.
you're either an agent or you're scared as
You know what I'm
hell
saying?
and you're pretending to be so brave.
So they will say, oh, Democrat this and Kamala Harris that and blah, 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 blah. But what you got to say about Trump? They don't want to say anything because guess what? They think that's their bread and butter. They don't want angry the white supremacists. They're going to come at them.
Yeah.
Huh? They know the Democratic press, you can criticize
Well, the
them.
Democrats are bad. I talked many times about the Democrats. You know, Cleo Fields and Hakeem Jeffries. There've been a lot of criticism of Hakeem Jeffries playing that can we all get along Rodney King role, right? They did a big soiree at Southern yesterday. I don't know, Rev, if you did you get invited? Where they installed Cleo Fields, and you know Cleo Fields been on our show, right? And we opened the mics to everybody. Again, call in, don't be afraid, or come on the show. You have a platform to present your argument is your logic. And Cleo Fields, the whole point on yesterday, it was more like some kind of big celebration. You got some white supremacists running Louisiana consistently, and the Democrats and the Republicans, and you up there doing a soiree at Southern University. How many band performances, how many celebration that Negroes have in the state of Louisiana every other day? That's why we have things happen to us. That's why this state is technically last and everything, and we don't have any way of getting out of this thing. The Democratic Black Caucus in Louisiana, to take a page out of Mr. Kevin, is trashed. Just put it like that. I'm just saying, giving a quote from Mr. Kevin.
Yeah, let me just say this. You know, in the past, and you have said it, that Cleo Fields is the only person showed up at the Ronald Green rally in Baton Rouge. The rest of the lawmakers. Listen.
I think
listen what I'm
from what I heard, another individual say who was involved in that case of Ronald Green, I heard them say that Ted James, who was a state senator, I think state senator from, state representative from Baton Rouge, he was there. But he was out there giving the governor information, and I was high on Ted James. He was giving the government information on who showed up at the Ronald Green rally. So we don't know who's the agent in charge lately.
Right. So we want to, say that they can't be like us because their campaign got financed by rich white folks. That's a big problem in the black community, that white people control our campaign, control what we say. Got to be careful how we talk. Just like I used the word, and I had to come back and apologize, because I'm with organizations that will grab that and run and say, look what he said. You know what I'm talking about, who I'm working with. Not going to say his name. Hey, look what he said. He's still talking that militant talk. But my thing is, we should speak our mind in a free society, but they don't want us to. We are still living under Jim Crow laws in many ways. And it's about to get worse under Donald Trump. Now, some will say that that's good. But it's not good.
Well,
because your people are not organized and they are not educated enough to understand who their enemy are. First you need to do is educate your masses. And then when the enemy come in, they won't be able to manipulate them. And that's the problem we're facing right now with the Social Security system. Is that they thinking in their mind, the Democrats speaking for, who's speaking for the Social Security? Democrats. Who's speaking for Medicaid? Democrat. But Brother Jay, Steve Bannon sent a letter to Elon Musk saying, don't touch food stamps and Medicaid. You're going to hurt Mecca. See, Mecca is using these public assistants like Medicaid insurance, Social Security. When you cut, you're gonna cut some of them. You don't know where's all the white people, where's all the black. If they can separate the white race from the black race, they can really hurt us. But when they hurt us, they hurt their own people. Brother Jay, thank you for that Black History Month logo you got. It looks so beautiful and coloring. But all I want to say, Brother Jay, is you is on time. I would like to become your co-host because, and you know, if you ain't got nobody else coming on, I would love to become your co-host because I think me and you rock together. And we know that they are out to get us, Brother Jay, and destroy us. Mm-hmm. They don't want to speak out against local stuff. Oh, Jeff Landry gonna get me. I'm gonna lose my grant. Oh, I'm gonna lose friendship with the mayor. Oh, I'm gonna lose. I ain't tied to nobody. I'm free to speak my mind. We are going in a bad direction in Louisiana. We must organize. Go ahead, Brother Jay.
Yeah, Reb, Black History 365. That's the theme of the Open Line radio show, seen every Wednesday and heard every Wednesday on 88.3 KIEE FM, your community station for South Louisiana. Again, we invite everybody to call in, don't matter what. Don't get mad. Don't take this thing seriously, because you know at the end of the day we all black. But if you want to take it seriously, that's on you. Don't stress yourself out too much till you can't do your job. Okay? That's all I'm saying. I want to bring up this other clip, Rev. Let's see if we could get it on. Not a clip. It's a piece I want to talk about, because these are the people that preach family values in South Louisiana. We got a lot of them. We got a lot of these people. Elon Musk, whatever, his 13th baby mama. Well, not 13th baby mama, but he just gave birth, had birth of the 13th child, the 13th. Okay, he's outpacing Nick Cannon. Well, you know, people who got money, that's what they say. But you know what? I don't see Nick Cannon pushing a lot of family values until them Jews got on him about some things he said, but that's okay. That's another story. But he's pushing family values, Elon Musk. He's the biggest welfare getter that you could think. He gets welfare by the billions of dollars from the taxpayers, and a lot of them are black people. A lot of them are black people. But he's going into the Social Security Administration.
Yeah, what is he contributing, Jay?
Fiddling around with your information. Now he got his baby mama coming out against him. And he had 13 children. That tells you the family values of the Republican Party and the Christian nationalists here in South Louisiana, and all the so-called Baptist, Catholic, all of them. And some of the brothers preaching that same stuff about family values, but yet y'all love Elon Musk, pushing his family values, 13 children, right? And so you say he could pay for them. He got money. Family values don't count when you have a lot of money. So you could make all the children you want, okay? Okay, that's understood. That's how you guys want it. Grab them by the P. You know, the catchphrase by your idiot president from who Donald Trump voted at a 75% clip, 60% clip in South Louisiana. You'll grab him by the P president, you know, the family values, the Christian man, and I believe he changed, you know, that type of individual who got on the racetrack yesterday, took the presidential limousine and went around the racetrack like a nutcase. That's who y'all voted for. That's who y'all voted for. What's the logic? So if this country gets destroyed, so be it. But they're at the expense of the people who are going to take the fallout. This is the logic I'm trying to preach. So if you're saying just sit back and let it happen, you know, that sounds like some very what you call predator words. Woman, man, sit back and let it happen to you. And as we got a lot of black folks like that who are in our community say just sit back and let it happen. You know, and pretend I'm so tough and pretend I'm so this and that, and scared to deal with them people out there, the man or the Jeff Landry types or the sheriffs in South Louisiana. So scared, but rather roll on people like us who are talking about an issue. Now, we all could disagree on politics and enter politics in our community, but nobody want to admit in this area that you got a racist, idiot, and corrupt person. Too many adjectives and adverbs to describe this person in power in the form of Trump, Jeff Landry, Clay Higgins, and so forth. I mean, plain and simple. Now, again, Reverend Brown, I'm emphasize, we don't know how long before someone say, well, maybe we need to shut down the open channel because they got too many Negroes on there preaching against us. Or maybe they might let us keep us on and use that as a distraction also. But we got a lot of distractions amongst ourselves.
So that's suppressing
so
freedom.
just like some people
Right.
say, so be it.
Yeah, they suppressing freedom of speech because they want their ideology to be aired. But us, we very rare. Me and you very rare, Jay. Most radio talk shows, besides Rhoda Martin, he gets down like us. But most talk shows don't talk like this. Okay? And most talk shows, and we know one out of Bethesda, Maryland, he brings on a lot of black leaders, and we respect this brother. But they are afraid to really talk about Trump. They talk about culture, history, and all kind of stuff like that. But when it comes down to criticizing Trump, they back up. Oh, the Democratic Party this. Oh, we must move away from the Democratic Party, they say. Never said about the Republican Party. The black man got to understand that your voting rights is not important to you until you lose it. Till you lose housing. 1968 Housing Act. Till you lose 1965 Civil Rights Act. Till you lose 1964 Civil Rights Act. 1965 Voting Rights Act. Till you lose these acts. Until you lose Brown versus Board of Education. Desegregate the schools. Till you lose your right to go anywhere you want to go and be a free black person to travel anywhere without fearing what somebody gonna do to you. When you lose it, then you're gonna wake up. You're gonna be too late. So guess what? All your integrationists, that's what they say. Your boy who called up used to come up and talk about me, you sometimes call him a little skinny Ray Mouse. You get on the little skinny Ray Mouse come up there saying he's a black nationalist. Come on, criticizing us, claiming to be a black nationalist.
Oh no,
he always attacks.
Rev, in our case, criticism is a good thing. Your argument and your logic is the stuff that wins over a people. And if you don't have any argument other than that same argument, then, if you in convincing other people to think like you, because what purpose does it serve? If it's serving you to stay in power or to stay in a situation where you are okay, in a good place, well, so be it. So be it. But if you can't convince anyone to follow you or anything, I mean, you just have some kind of vanity thing coming on, Because I heard, I had a family member talk about the word narcissist, and I was trying to tell him, do we really know what a narcissist is? A person who really think they're right all the time about things, even when they are wrong, And so we have a lot of that in our community, the black community, filled with narcissism, and we don't even understand what the word is, and we don't even understand what the affliction is, the word narcissism, and having those issues in our community is the main problem that divides us. You know, we're all in agreement. Why get angry at people who speaking out against a system other than you are even an advocate for that system, or you're an advocate for some other reason? Again, a paid agent, and I'm pretty sure you heard people attack Sharpton back in the day, call him an agent, right? And I used to follow Sharpton. I was all into him because I was coming of age and until I got to my own self-understanding. Who do I trust? I trust myself. Who I the trust to lead? I trust myself to lead. And the problem is with us, we follow different bands of people. Even with the illogical thinking, even past what we call black conscious people, we go past it and we want to attack everything to prove that we're right. But if we all black folks and we all get pulled over on the side of the road and get cursed at and put a gun on us, and we some of us are Muslims, some of us are practicing Christian of some Christian faith, we still have the same outcome. When you see a round green on the side of the road, we still have the same outcome. So what brings us together? Criticizing each other because we're speaking out against a white supremacist system, or saying that we causing fear by talking about it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Let me make this point.
What purpose does it serve to roll on our expression and not roll on the system itself? Because you're so afraid of the system that you in, or you're so afraid that you are an agent and people are going to discover that you are a paid agent to bring the black community down with that fake activism or fake consciousness that you have.
Right. So, and I concur with what you are saying, that instead of these people attack the system, they attack us.
No, they won't. Yeah, I know. They want to attack that system.
Right.
They'll
disagree. Right. They'll disagree with us when I'm speaking out against
I like to see some of them brothers, Reverend Brown. I like to see some of them brothers who was in Lafayette some years ago when we had our brother Grandmaster Jay on the radio. I like to see him, and we brought him on. We brought the lawyers on for him. We brought all the people when they arrested him and put them false bogus charges and put him in federal penitentiary. I like to see some of them brothers advocate for him, the ones who was out there pretending they some hardcore gun-carrying brothers, and they don't do anything other than show the gun off. Well,
I found out that whole thing. I found, number one, this is facts, that Grandmaster Jay was a so-called a supporter of Donald Trump. Now, the fact was that they found out Master Jay so-called providing Trump with security one time. Now, I find it to be kind of odd. I never saw a picture of Master Jay with Donald Trump. But yet the rumor went out on him by these same black nationalists who is backing Trump today. Yes, they are. Saying that Grandmaster Jay was a member working with the Trump movement. And I'm like, how can y'all come with that kind of derogative? What I'm trying to say is that everything must be investigated. That's why you don't see them big crowds of people in black. Okay, Master Jay gone, but who was in second in command? Who was in third in command to keep the coalition together? It was a bunch of brothers who went and got black uniforms, want to show up with their gun, come to a state where you don't need to have a permit to carry a gun, a free carry state. And they come here and they marched. What happened to all of them? A big long line of them. What happened to the new Black Panther Party? We used to walk with guns and protest. Most of them, every time I came against Trump, came against me. What you think about that? Most of the Black Panthers who I marched with, not Malik, I ain't talking about Malik Zula Shabazz. I want to get that out. They were for Trump. They say our goal is to dismantle the Democratic Party and make the Negroes go to the Republican Party. Oh, it's real racist on that side. The Democrats gonna make us feel comfortable and passive and quiet. But the Republicans are real racist. We need to go support the Republicans so we'll know we got a real racist in the White House. How in the world? Where did that kind of notion or that kind of philosophy originated from? Who did that? I know one guy was saying, Dr. Claude Anderson, you know him. They praised him and stuff. He was coming against the immigrants and saying that like Trump was doing a good job in deporting the immigrants. But they deported the Haitians. Dr. Anderson, and now the South African white people that are racist can come to America now and take refuge, I meant to say. So you get rid of the Haitians, but you bring in what? The South African white people with open arms. Won't they stay there, Jay, and fight against the South African government if they feel injustice exists? No, they want to own land that they took from us in South Africa. And you know what? That same Donald Trump, I'll debate any one of y'all. Open arms to the South African white Afrikaners. So I say to you, my friends, if you want to debate me, bring it on. You supported a white supremacist, and his name is Donald Trump. And he support white folks coming in from South Africa. All right? And he taking all your books out of the federal buildings, removing Black History Month program out of federal buildings. But he keeping Christopher Columbus up. Huh? So-called discovered America. And he attacked the indigenous Indians. So that's what I'm saying. Where are you?
Yeah, we're coming to 23 minutes past the hour, 10 o'clock hour here on Real Talk TV, here on AOC Community Media. I want to give a little shout out to the other shows that we're associated in the circle. And we've been doing this for 20-something plus years. Shout out to Sister Khadijah. Shout out to Brother Shahid over here at AOC Community Media. Sister Khadijah is the producer of the Community Defender Scene with Brother Dal Muhammad every first and third Sunday of the month. I am the director of the show. Also, Community Matters with Brother Wallace Senegal. He's on for 2 hours, much like myself, every Friday at 10 to 12 noon. Here every Friday, Brother Wallace Senegal, another great inspiration. Also, check out my show, my music entertainment show. Some of us could do a multitude of things. You know, we don't have to be the peanut gallery all the time. You know, Digital Soul Showcase TV, where we take our cameras and we go all the way live. Sometimes we have interviewed everyone from Confunction to everybody you could think, every big band, every R&B and blues band. Shout out to Miss Brenda Andrews. We used to go to the Blues Festival every year, and we have video footage of Denise LaSalle, Millie Jackson, everybody, you know, archives I haven't showed, you know, every live venue, Digital Soul Showcase. All the local R&B and Southern Soul singers have started out with clips on my show. I've been doing for over 15 years. Big Pokey, everybody knows Side Piece, which that don't coincide with my black activism. But anyway, it's still a good song to beat to. And Tucker started out on our show. Corin Hawthorne, the young lady who's my dear cousin, her grandmother, a close kinfolk of my mother. we've done so many different things on Digital Soul Showcase. Check it out every Sunday at 4 p.m. and replays are here on AOC Community. Also, Mr. Kevin with defending our community. So, I mean, if you could stand the Peanut Gallery, you could stand Mr. Kevin because he brings it on rough and raw all the time. And we love that
Brother Jay.
And
Brother
we
Jay.
love the Peanut Gallery people too. Also,
Brother Darrell, Brother Jay. Give a shout out
Brother
to
Darren, Community Defender. Yeah, and again, we have so many different shows that we are part of, and please consider supporting AOC Community Media. Also, we are also on the Open Line Radio Show. Been doing that thing for the last 5-6 years, give or take a few years. I started off at KJCB 770 AM under Miss Janelle Shagwell with the Real Talk Radio, along with Pastor Brother Davis, who's not. We still trying to find Brother Davis. Hope he's all right. Great on-air personality who was to be my board man over there at KJCB. So I just want to give a little brief synopsis. Since this is a 2-hour show and they have a little different break because, we don't want to get anybody too mad at us and so forth. But please support community-based media. The corporate media is not showing us nothing. CBS not showing us any real thing. They've been all bought off and paid off or put pressure on. Even the local CBS, ABC, and NBC affiliate, they've been put pressure on by them not to talk so much negative stuff or report negative news about the MAGA crowd. And everybody know the MAGA crowd is the new word for new Nazis. DEI is the new word for the N-word. DEI is the new word for the NI. So don't get it twisted. They want to cut our children off from knowing the truth about what is going on with them. And we got others in our community who are paid agents of destruction in our own community. They know who they are. They need to raise their hand up and call in. Don't sit there dialing numbers turning red. Call in, say like Brother Oscar Muhammad from back in the day on the Community Defender. Don't sit home dialing numbers turning red. Call in. Bring forth your argument. Don't be scared.
I call him Jay. I call him the little red spaghetti man. Let him call in now. Walking around with the red, black, and green flag all the time. Saying he's a black nationalist.
It's not let's say on my page, it's not to attack nobody, but to bring the argument. The logic supersedes everything. If you got logic with you, if you saying we got to let everything fall down to build it up and to bring us closer, well, that's good. That's understanding. But how in this sense, in this day and age, some of us older don't want to have to go back to the back of the line who've been trying to get to the front of the line. Some of them want to go back, And again, if you have some experiences like me being pulled over and your license plate run several times in the last 40-some years of my life and having to deal with that, if you like doing that all the time and getting disrespected on the side of the road, good for you. But some of us don't want to go back. Some of us not going back. And then that new generation, not even conscious generation, also, they're not going to put up with that stuff, So it could only go for so long, But this is an empire. America's an empire, and I think America's on its last legs as we know it. Not because the MAGA crowd going to win, because they're going to self-implode because of its own doing. It's set up that every great empire, what they call great empire, whether it was heartless, ruthless, or whatever, didn't last, Reverend Brown. The Roman Empire, the Greeks, none of that stuff lasts. That's human nature. People don't understand that. Racism is human nature. I'm not trying to cure racism. I'm trying to live in a situation where I don't want the racism to take away my rights as a human being. That's the way I look at it. I'm not under any impression that racism going to be cured, like, everybody going to look at each other equally. No, I'm not under that impression. But I'm trying to say, if racism is put upon my back, I want to be able to wade through the situation where I won't be hurt or kept back. That's the whole point. People don't understand stuff like that.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, programs like this enlighten us. And we are not afraid to speak out. So wherever I go, I'm going to speak out against injustice. I might have to disagree with some of my friends. They wrong, they wrong. Okay? I'm going to tell you like it is. Some of them need to come on and say, you know what? The brother was right. We should speak out against both parties. Don't just single out the Democratic Party. Talk about them racist, white supremacist, neo-Nazis that's in the Republican Party that y'all be going, I can show you some pictures that some of them be uniting with. Mm-hmm. They ain't got one photograph of me with a neo-Nazi, a racist, not one. The last white person picture I've been with that was in the white supremacist struggle was Jeff Creel. I'm not with him anymore. You can't be talking to white supremacists and fighting for justice. It don't mix. Cannot do it. I don't care how much money they got. You need your own money. Stop sucking up, because you're destroying your race. Their goal is to destroy you. Your goal is to line your pockets and ride in nice cars and live in beautiful homes. Their goal is to destroy the black race. You're the wrong people. But because you can't get nothing from the Democratic Party, instead of you destroy both parties, you run over to the Republicans. And some of the people like Reza Islam, they're not ashamed of it. It's something where you ain't ashamed of selling out. Brother Jay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got to. Go ahead.
Also, again, going back to the state of Louisiana as it relates to the rice farmers having lost money because a lot of their subsidies were paid through the extra stuff they were growing with from the United States Aid, the organization that Elon Musk and the so-called Doge community. What a dopey word, a dopey acronym. I mean,
that's crazy.
Doge,
that crazy.
Or get out of Dodge or Doge, but it's more like Doge, right?
Yeah,
but they shut down the building, right? And they shut down the actual organization. And a lot of the money was being paid to the rice farmers to grow extra rice, much like the sugarcane farmers are being subsidized by the government. But I guess if it was the sugarcane harvesting season, that the sugarcane farmers in South Louisiana, and they got acres and acres of sugarcane in South Louisiana, and passing by the mill in Olivier, you would see hundreds of Hispanics and migrants working there, and a lot of them were still work year-round, maintaining the tractors and maintaining the premises because it's a big sugar mill, right? So what I'm saying is, if that happened during that time, you would not see that happen because they are selectively deporting people who they want. So that tells you they're not even fair the way they're doing stuff. They're not even fair. You know, we know a lot of the construction companies in Florida and a lot of the farmers in Florida, Republicans give heavily to the Republican Party. They have rebelled and got the state legislature to go against DeSantis. And he's upset about that. Now, they're not deporting these people because they need somebody to go get those fruits out the field. So, people, read actually real news. Don't read the MSNBC or the CNN, which I make reference to from time to time because there's still some good situations happening. But the majority of the news and information coming out on mainstream media is being tapped down by Donald Trump. He done settled a couple of cases. He's actually sued Paramount and CBS over the Kamala Harris speech. Interview, which was some bogus stuff. And I'm not taking up for Kamala Harris. I'm just saying. And they capitulated and settled with him. So one of the provisions is not to roll so hard on Donald Trump. And you already seen the shape of the news, the evening news change when you have two men sitting down giving the news. When normally you have a female and you have some other people, one anchor. So this stuff is so strange that's going on. And he has, again, it's not President Orange idiot. It is those Nazis, those hardcore right-wing advisors and people he got from the Heritage Foundation, from the Federalist Society, working for him, who are trying to install a Hitler-style government over here. And the point is, you're going to have some trouble because these millennials are not going for that bull. You know, they're not going for that bull. Don't you see the correlation that he pardons these rappers? And I'm not really rolling on the rappers, but these rappers who got some serious convictions against them, he pardons them who sing about drill music, about hurting your own community. You know, isn't it crazy? He didn't pardon Marilyn Mosby. Either did Biden. He didn't do it either. My thing is, anybody who's going to work against the system by exposing the corruption, like what Marilyn Mosby was doing with these officers that killed Freddie Gray in Baltimore, they're not going to let out of jail. They go roll hard on those people. So he's already saying that he's going after anybody associated with a Black Lives Matter or BLM type associate group, meaning activist groups, and then maybe the NAACP, which we call milquetoast mainstream stuff, maybe the Urban League. They might go after people like that and say everything you do is considered a terrorism when you speak out against them. He already have ICE saying if anybody advise the people they want to deport of their rights and tell them what rights they are, they could be deemed as being some type of terrorist. This is Nazi type stuff. And 69 or 70% of the people in so-called Acadiana voted for this. So he's not the problem. The electorate, the people you work for in South Louisiana and Lafayette, they the one want this. They the one want them to be all up in your Social Security business. They want them to be all in your food stamp business. They want them to be all in cutting your Medicaid services up. They the one who want to cut your home health business out. And if you're not a person in favor of them, maybe you might get your business saved. So right now you need to advocate for Donald Trump if you're a home health worker. If you got a home health business, you need to advocate for Donald Trump. You might just advocate for him.
Yeah. Hey, Brother Jay.
No, I'm just saying that tongue in cheek. I'm sorry, people.
Yeah, I know. Oh, no, you good. One of the people that was promoting Donald Trump for his campaign ran and got a picture with Kendrick Lamar. Everybody went and got those old pictures with Kendrick Lamar. Now, we know that Kendrick Lamar definitely is not for Donald Trump. This man got Rizal Islam, went in his archives and got a picture of him and Kendrick Lamar together, where you know when you're in them circles, you run across rappers and you be invited to different events. I'm saying about it, he went and got a picture. He just the opposite of what Kendrick Lamar represents. Mm-hmm. And we got the picture and stand in the picture with Kendrick Lamar. I often do that when somebody die or somebody's name blow up good. I'll go run and get a picture of me and Sharpton. I go run and get a picture of me and Mark. Most of us do that to show that we have been affiliated with these people. I know them, one or two. But my thing is, Rizal Islam is just the opposite of the song, We Not Like Us. They not like us. I meant to say, they're not like us, because they not like us meant that the white supremacists don't think like us and they are against us. That's not just Drake. When he said they not like us, he said they. Drake is not a they. They is plural. He would say, he not like us. That's singular. He was talking to them white supremacists when he said 40 acres in a meal. Haven't saw it yet. When he said the revolution shall not be televised, but you picked the wrong person. You picked me to come and do a Super Bowl and I ain't get paid. I just come here to attack white supremacy, to attack injustice, and to attack the enemy that was trying to destroy my career. Say, Drake started people's careers, but he was going around trying to destroy careers too. Y'all don't know that. And they thought that Lil Wayne was going to talk bad about Kendrick Lamar. When Lil Wayne come out with this, I called Kendrick and I told him, and I wish him the best. Well, if you wish him the best, why did you boycott the Super Bowl halftime? You should have came set on the front row and you should have been clapping for Brother Lamar. So what they do, they get pushed in the corner, our enemy, Jay, and then they want to be buddy to buddy with us. No, them days are over, buddy. We're going to make sure you apologize to the masses of the people before you come back to us. And you know what? I thought about it. If I go national or either go viral, what's the first thing coming in mind? We need to take this man out. Everybody that they don't agree with, when they can't get him to shut up, they want to take his life, Brother Jay.
Right. I think we got a caller. How you doing, caller?
Good morning, Brother Jay, and good morning to Brother Brown. Hey, look.
Thank you, brother. We got to stick together.
You're always having a good program on. You know, trying to make people aware of what's really going on and what's really coming on down the pipe.
Right.
And we don't have to pay attention. You know, we could call us, you know, the persons that trying to create disturbance, however you want to put us. You know, we are trying to make people aware of what's going on with white supremacists, racism, however you want to stack it, rack it, you know, the way you like it. But the thing of it is, when we look at what Donald Trump is doing,
right?
You know,
yes, sir.
How he's cutting programs down. You know, all that's for is to make us try to depend on him, you understand me, because he wants to be the dictator of the United States. Mm-hmm. Now, he already trying to put himself in position, you know, to want to become another term president.
Right.
Okay? So he's not going to try to take it over like he did January the 6th insurrectionists.
Right.
He's not going to do that this time. He wants us to vote him in, you know, because he know he can't take everybody voters' right acts from him. So now what he going to do? He's going to go forward in what he's doing. That's why he got Elon Musk, you know, sitting on his shoulder. And that's like the devil sitting on his shoulder, you know, trying to take all our program away from us, you know. We better learn how to educate ourselves. If we're not going to educate ourselves, shame on us. If we don't want to learn how to hear education, shame on us. Mm-hmm. You know,
shame on us.
And I'm not just talking to black people. I'm talking to people in general. But it's more so on black people, you know, we always share the burden of the rough stuff, you know. And Brother Brown, everything you're saying, you know, you're right on. Brother Jay, I appreciate you bringing on
We
programs
appreciate you.
to let us hear the ills that's coming down on us. I always tell a few people, there's a storm coming. You may not see it. The weatherman may not advertise it or get on and say there's a tornado coming, but it's here, and it's here through Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and all his cronies.
Brother Wallace, before you go, again, Brother Wallace comes on every Friday at 10 o'clock to 12 noon. How's that new 2-hour format working for you here at AOC Community Media?
Sometimes those 2 hours is not enough, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, it's working out real good. We're getting out information, how to survive, you know.
Right.
And if we know how to survive, we could survive all this bull crap.
Right.
You know, when I had Chuck straight on, you know, he was telling us, showing us how we could grow our own vegetables.
Definitely.
If you could grow a plant, if you could grow a plant on the inside of your house, you could grow a vegetable that you like, or 2 or 3 vegetables that you're gonna have, you know. And those are the kind of things that we need to know, you know, because the education department is not really teaching us that. The religion department is not really teaching us that, you know. And a lot of us run to church on Sunday morning, you know, looking for Jesus, looking for the answer, but we're not really given the answer because we think if we go and put money in church, we're going to buy our way to heaven.
Right.
You can't buy your way to heaven.
And even going to church with people of another persuasion, skin persuasion, we think going to the big churches, the big super church down there off of College Saloon and getting in that church and going and get communion with them, we think that's going to bring them closer to us, you know?
Right.
Yes,
But that's not the way it goes.
Right,
You know,
right.
through grace you are saved. And if you're gonna have grace, you got to save yourself. You know, that's just like going to confess your sins to a man that can't save you.
Right.
That's not the way to go. You know, you got to confess your sin to the Almighty God. You know, you may not see him, but he's in you. And if he's in you, you could deal with it, you know. And that's just the way it's going to go, Brother Jay. We going around down a slippery slope, you know, with no rails on it or nothing like this here. And when all of it's going to hit, we're going to say, whoa, I'm glad I heard this.
Brother Wallace, and one more thing. Social Security, we all up in that age category. We all have some concerns about Social Security, and you know the announcement. And according to some out there in the peanut gallery, we scaring people. We have some concerns about Social Security, rightly so. That Elon Musk is going in and he might be auditing, and you might, according to the fired, resigning, or whatever Social Security administrator, that you should be concerned about our payments being late or some of our payments being not coming at all. What do you feel about that being up in the senior years, if I might describe you a little bit?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't mind. You know, I know I'm a senior. I can't take it no other way but that way.
Yes, sir.
You know, and I've been advocating for senior citizens to get more of the monies that they get. Some people are not getting $1,000 a month. You know,
Right.
The white side of Social Security is getting $1,200 and better Social Security, but a lot of blacks that was working on the slave wages, slave labor, you understand me? they was taking Social Security out, but the little Social Security that they took out didn't amount to very much of nothing. You know, I know some people didn't get $500 a month Social Security, and they had to struggle. Now, you want to order to that, order to the people that not getting enough Social Security, and add into the Social Security so they could have a better way of living, a better way of eating, better way of their medication, you know, just having a better way where they could have an automobile, you understand me, that they could afford to put gas in and things like this here.
Right, right.
That's what he should be ordering,
Right.
not ordering to try to take Social Security away from nobody.
Right.
Because we didn't put our time in for that.
But he's a billionaire, and he want to raise the billionaire class up by gutting some of the money. And it's not no talking points; it's the real facts that they've been trying to do it. And he's on his 13th child now. He didn't surpass Nick Cannon. You know, I'm kind of mad about that because we want the black man to succeed. Want him to win the race, but he getting government welfare in its forms of contracts for rockets that blow up. So you're going to trust Elon Musk to put a brain implant into your brain, and that's not no conjecture. That's some real stuff. Brother Keith and I talked about it on the radio on the other show we used to do on 88.3 3 years ago. I think we have a call on the line. We're gonna get this call, okay? Hello, Brother Darrell?
Yes, how you doing, sir?
How you doing, brother? I'm trying to navigate this new phone system.
Yes, sir, understood.
You on the air, Brother Darrell. You got your good friend, Reverend Brown.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's good to see you two powerful brothers on. And, of course, you know, we need to have thoughtful and intelligent discussions
Yes, sir.
like this all the time.
Yes, sir.
The thing I would say is that in Louisiana, we focus a lot on Jeff Landry and his wicked policies.
Right.
And on the national level, we focus a lot on Trump and his wicked policies. But those are the spokespeople for the policies of America. Mm-hmm. And when you say Jeff Landry is racist, you're right. Mm-hmm. But Louisiana is racist.
Definitely.
When you say Trump is racist, you're right. But America is racist.
Right.
And none of these men could do what they're doing unless they had the majority support to do it. So when you focus on Trump and make Trump the issue, or even Landry the issue, the bottom line of it is that the Democrats have lost a lot of times because they really do not follow through with their constituency.
Right.
They do not follow through.
AKA
Now,
John
Trump-
Bell Edwards. John Bell Edwards, being from a family of law enforcement, the issue of Ronald Green, that never came to fruition.
That issue too. Now, this year, I was supposed to max out on my Social Security at 65. Right? Now, keep in mind, we're just leaving the Biden administration. Mm-hmm. So Trump didn't have anything to do with it. But now, according to what the law is now, I got to wait all the way till 67.
Wow.
And who signed all this? Mm-hmm. If the Democrats are looking out for us as far as Social Security is concerned, they're doing a horrible job because they've had the presidency, they've had control of the Senate at certain times, and what's happening? We are losing. All the issues that they say that they're about, they don't really fight for. And that is the reason, part of the reason why they're losing. The other thing is white folks are insecure about the changing demographic in this country. They're insecure, and as my brother says, Roland Martin, they're losing their minds. Right. That's what's happening. And you can't say it's Trump, even though Trump is the spokesperson for it. You can't say it's Landry. Mm-hmm. It's Louisiana that's racist. It's America that's racist. America doesn't like us.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Right. Not just Trump. It's both parties hate us.
Okay.
And we got evidence. They gave They gave $2.7 billion to HBCUs, just for example, to help the HBCUs through COVID. That's a drop in the bucket. But this same administration sent $183 billion all the way over there to some Ukrainians, and then brought in almost 500,000 Ukrainians and gave them all free housing, all free food, free school, free job training for Caucasians. And at the same time, this Democratic administration ran the 22,000 Haitians back to Port-au-Prince. A racist immigration policy from a Democrat and a racist immigration policy from a Republican. And that's why I say you can't prove it to me. The Democrats do not look, they're just as racist as the Republicans are.
Right.
And that's what you got to deal with, because those are the facts. Okay?
Don't
None of those Ukrainians are homeless.
Okay.
But there's
look,
a lot of black
don't go
folk in it. I believe there were black people in New Orleans that were homeless that got moved out for the Super Bowl. But all the Ukrainians have a place to stay, courtesy of the Democrats.
Listen what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're all the same. You know, that's why
Jay,
I always ranted about whether the Black Caucus, they are the creator of voter apathy in the state. We have people who pretend to fight for us. You know, we had a head of the Black Caucus out of here from Lafayette, Louisiana, and I like the brother, Vincent Pierre. And the problem was that he didn't advocate, rightly so, for Ronald Reagan. In the sense that Carl Cavalier called them out on it. So, you know, the thing is this, we got, I mean, having a platform to focus, and I know you do the show every Sunday, and just to focus on what's coming down the pipe. For me, that's what, what I have to deal with.
Brother Jay, can I interject?
Yes, you're so right.
Okay.
Reverend Brown, I don't hear you.
Yeah.
Can you hear?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Brother Darryl, can you hear Reverend Brown?
I can hear him faintly, but I'm on.
Okay, let me get him up a little bit. Okay, Reverend Brown,
can you hear me now?
Go ahead.
Can you hear me now, Brother Darryl?
I can hear you a little bit, brother. Go ahead and hit us with that information.
So, Brother Darryl, congratulations, brother. But you are correct that we should not just attack one party. Both are racist. However, during the election, some black nationalists focus on one party. Now, what I'm trying to get you to see, I'm glad you said that, because I love to see, and I say this all the time, when a black person come and attack the Republican, Democrat, and the system as a whole. We get lost in let's get these black male voters into Trump over on his side so Trump can win. This was the outcry on many black podcasts and shows that they wanted the black man to vote for Trump. And we ain't saying a damn thing. Okay? Because we sat back and let it happen.
But now I'm going to say this. There were even more people who advocated, Roland Martin being one of them, and there were others, Dr. Carr and a whole plethora of others. There were more black men that advocated that we vote for Kamala. My thing is that morally, one is not better than the other. Because both of them are going to lead you to black man on bottom, white man on top. So whether it's Biden or Kamala or whether it's Trump, you see what I'm saying? So my thing is they advocated for the side that they wanted to win, because they were caught up in the false belief that it makes a difference. It doesn't make a difference. Mass incarceration is a Democrat and a Republican policy. And that's our number one issue. You see? So if there were a few people who advocated for Trump, now let me tell you why. If I give somebody $500 for a coat, I'm looking for that person who I gave the money to give me the coat. I'm not looking for somebody else to give me the coat. If we give the Democrats 90% of our vote, then we expect them to perform. Whatever you like or don't like about Trump, Trump is delivering for his constituency, which is what the Democrats failed to do. He is delivering on his promises, which is what Biden failed to do. You see, and even though I don't like his promises, he's delivering on them. And that puts the Republicans from a moral perspective above the Democrats, because the Democrats are only promoting LGBT and abortion. That's the only thing that the Democrats are passionate about. They obviously are not passionate about Social Security, because we're about to be 70 years old before we can get a check. We got to work 70 years sometime. It's going to be. So the point is that, yeah, if you advocate for Trump, you're advocating for white supremacy. Mm-hmm. If you advocated for Kamala, you advocated for white supremacy, because neither one of them want to be fair to the Palestinians. Neither one of them want to be fair to the black folk in South Africa, who are trying to get their land back, whether it's Kamala or Trump. Yeah. You're getting white man on top, black man on bottom, either party. Mm-hmm. And I defy anybody to prove something different. Right. So I don't think that I'm morally superior if I support a Democrat over a Republican, because both of them lead you to the same destination. Understand the crime. Go ahead.
And that's my point. Wait, that's my point. That's my point. You just brought out my point. And thank you. Because not you, but there were some brothers among you that was
Brother Darryl,
button heads with white racists.
Let me go back to
it was button heads with those conservatives,
Brother Darryl.
And I'm telling you,
Brother Darryl. Brother Darryl. Oh, it's Brother Keith.
Think you lost.
Well, essentially today the agreement was to keep the conversation going.
Brother,
to keep having talks.
This is Brother Keith.
Hello.
Hey, Brother Keith. How you doing, brother? Hello.
Brother Jay.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, you on, man. Hey, brother, you
tell him lower his radio down.
Okay. All right.
We almost off of here. It's 11:07.
Are you still there? Okay, well, go ahead, Reverend Brian.
Okay, so Brother Darryl brought out a good point. But I want to tell him, if he's still listening, that Rizal Islam, and I got the video to prove it, bragged on Trump, but he trashed Camilla. I know the Nation of Islam. And I know that.
Yes, may I help you?
Yeah, Brother Darryl, I'm calling you, get you back on the line. I got a new phone system and stuff like that. And I won't say any agent online is messing with my line. I hope I know that agent is not. But look, Brother Darryl, I have a question. Reverend Brown, I have a question for Brother Darryl. Okay. You know, and you know, you've been on the platform for a long, long time, and greatly respected by me and others, and gave me the honor of being your director so many years ago. But again, we have people when you're focusing on something on a platform, and the obsession becomes maybe one or two persons coming after you in a negative way because you're putting on the platform, and you don't criticize nothing else. Because I know some people running around criticizing people for they wearing chucks and pearls, right? But then again, if I don't see you criticizing your boss for wearing chucks and pearls, then you must be a hypocrite or agent. And you get angry when people call you out on that. But maybe you just are an agent, you know. And I'm just saying that for the peanut gallery out there, you know. But I would love for them to call in and have a meaningful debate, but lest their job with their chucks and pearl boss might conflict with their belief system. But their focus is being 24 hours, let's focus on whatever the Real Talk or the Open Line is doing and not focusing on nothing else. I just want to say that for the peanut gallery. Thank you. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Brother
and a lot of time our black platforms,
Yeah.
most of them are surrogates of the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
And if you remember, people complain because Kamala raised supposedly $1 billion, and
in this war. I think why Europe and
Keith, Brother Keith. Hey, Brother
Good
Keith.
morning, good morning.
Brother Keith. Hey, why don't you give Brother Darrell a chance to finish and give me a call in about 15 minutes, okay? Yeah, this new phone line is blowing up. Go ahead, Brother Darrell.
Yes, sir. But even, when Kamala Harris I had raised that money and was spending money to advertise and promote her campaign, many people in the black media sources who were advocates of Kamala were talking about how she was paying the other folks, but wasn't really paying them. And so a lot of the people, even who supported Kamala, got what? Their palms greased. We found out later, right? So the idea that you want to bring Megan Thee Stallion out to shake her behind, as beautiful as it and shapely as it may be for us men, that says that you don't believe we're intelligent enough to be able to analyze you on the issues. You see?
Right.
So there was all kind of insults in the way that the black community was handled, in the way that black-owned media sources were handled. We were, when you talk about DEI, she did not practice diversity, equity, or inclusion in the way that she gave out the money in her own campaign. Matter of fact, DEI died in the Kamala Harris campaign before Trump killed it, because she didn't even practice it in the way that she allocated, and she was the one in control of the money. How much money did black media people get? Very little, not even 1%. Even though we were expected to support her 98%. You see? And that's what you got to deal with. The Democrats have failed because they have not been fair, they've not been honest, and we know the Republicans are openly racist. But the Democrats get our vote, and they're racist too. And those are the racist, underhanded, cutthroat people that we actually give our vote to. If Donald Trump does something, at least we as black people can say, hey, we didn't vote for him.
Yes.
But to have a man to write a crime bill to incarcerate a generation of your people, and you actually voted for this person, that right there, it lets me know that we need to be a lot more intelligent than we are, and you're not going to be able to vote yourself to freedom. You're gonna have to unify your way to freedom. And if we as black people are not willing to work together, we're not willing to buy land and grow some food, pull our children out of the public schools and educate them, if we're not willing to organize, then whether a Democrat is in office or whether a Republican is in office, we're going to be on the bottom with other people standing on top of us. And that's my comment. I thank y'all for the discussion. But we have to unify. Otherwise, we're going to continue to be victims of both parties if we don't come together as the black party.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty much the bottom line of it.
Yes,
and I love y'all, brothers. Y'all be good.
Love you,
my brother.
Love you, brother Jay.
Let's hope we all get something out of this debate. But again, we have the peanut gallery and the agents out there talking a lot of stuff, but they won't come down this number. And again, when you focus on one platform and you're not focusing on others, you have to be an agent. Because I remember good brother, and I'm gonna call his name, and we mended fences. Brother Jabari, along with Sister Jamila, attacked me so viciously on the radio because I was advocating for Sharpton maybe some 25 years ago. Guess what? I was man enough to say I was sorry and I was apologizing. But you got a young generation who think they could roll on you and you think all old school is stupid, slow, and dumb. But you got the wrong person because you're going to hurt your mind trying to mess with this mind. And
Brother Jay.
That's for the peanut gallery out there.
Brother Jay, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother.
Okay. So the brother made valid made valid comments. The problem I have with it is that the Republicans, on the other hand, wouldn't even consider giving you a contract at all. When some blacks got contracts under the Democrats, reserve our right to vote, reserve the Fair Housing Act, where we can have housing and development. The Republican want to strip all that away. And some black nationalists were so hard on the Democrats, they could not see the racism in the Republican Party. They couldn't see it. They went out actually and supported a known white supremacy. And some of them took pictures.
Here's the irony of this. If I'm on the platform and I'm putting all my resources in the platform, and you're not investing in the platform. For instance, I know Brother Darren Muhammad. He travels a good distance every other Sunday to come. He's putting all his resources, so we give him that respect on television, and so forth. But they got people, they just don't want to respect you for general purpose because maybe they are so insecure with their intelligence and they can't handle you. You know what I'm saying? They're mad. They're upset.
Take that call, Jay.
Brother Keith, welcome to Real Talk TV, Brother Keith.
Good morning. Good morning, Reverend Brown. Good morning, Brother Jay.
You're not an agent, huh, Brother Keith? You're not an agent of whatever, right?
Y'all kidding, bro.
Of Asian descent? Oh
no, not an Asian, but an agent. Someone who who's working against whatever they directing their anger at. You're not an agent, right?
Oh no, I'm not an agent.
You're not a member of Black for Trumps, huh?
Oh no, and I'm direct. I'm raw. So I'm gonna put this disclaimer out there because I know we on AOC community media.
Right.
So my comments represent my views. It doesn't represent the views of the show, or it doesn't represent the views of the station. We gotta keep that like that.
Yes, sir.
I like to.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We can sit up here. Blame the Democrats. We can sit up here and blame the Republicans. It's the lesser two evils. Control is the lesser two evils. But one thing we don't do, and most of us